Hi everyone. In today's class, we will see how to create an enterprise project structure, that is EPS. Okay, let's open the Primavera P6, and first we need to know what is an enterprise project structure. We call it as a EPS. So Primavera is an enterprise project management software package that enables many projects to be managed in one database. These projects may be summarized under a hierarchical structure titled the Enterprise Project Structure. That is, we call it as a EPS. This function is similar to summarizing the activities of a project under a WBS. We call it as a work breakdown structure. So, an EPS is used for a following purpose. So, to manage users' access to projects within the database. EPS is used to manage activities over multiple projects that have common interest, such as critical resources, etc. It's used to top-down budgeting of a project and resources that may later be compared to bottom-up or detailed project estimates. EPS is used to allow standardized reporting of all projects in the database. So these are all the purpose of the using an EPS, creating an EPS. So in the EPS, why the EPS is used is EPS is hierarchical structure. You can use this to organize the project. You need to go to the enterprise in the menu bar. In the enterprise, you can see enterprise project structure. So we need to open the enterprise project structure here. Click that one. So you can see a dialog box will be opened. So in the dialog box, you can see there are default EPS already available in the database. So first in the EPS, you should know EPS is made of roots and nodes. So what is roots and nodes? So each root in the EPS can be subdivided into many nodes. So we call it as this enterprise. This is the root, and what are all the items coming below the root is called the nodes. So each root in the EPS, so enterprise is the EPS root and can be subdivided. Each root can be subdivided. These are the hierarchical subdivisions of the each root. So this is the nodes. So each roots in the EPS can be subdivided into many nodes. Nodes represent different levels within the structure. So you can use the nodes to represent different levels in the hierarchical structure. All project must be included in the nodes level. So you can after you create the nodes here, so all the projects, whichever the projects you are going to create new projects, it will be included in the nodes. So what are all the field you need to enter when you are going to create a EPS? So when you are going to create a EPS, you need to enter the EPS ID, EPS name, and the responsible manager. The responsible manager is created when you are going to create the organization breakdown structure, OBS. So first we will cover how to create the EPS in this class. So we will try to create a simple EPS of the example. Okay, first for creating the EPS, you need to select any EPS column here, EPS ID column, anywhere you can select, and you need to add the new level. So when you're going to add the new level, you can use these arrows to move. You can shift it to the left or you can shift it up. You can just shift it to the right. So I want to create a new EPS. Okay, so I'm going to shift it to the left. So I'm going to name this as a, okay, let's say EPS ID. You need to enter the EPS ID here. You can enter the EPS ID here directly, or you can also enter the EPS ID in the bottom. So I'm going to enter the EPS ID here. So I want to EPS name, I want to enter the EPS name. Okay, enterprise. So I'm going to enter the, so responsible manager, we will select it after we create the OBS. So first we have created the first level. So let's say this is the organization. Okay, next I'm going to again add the root. Okay, nodes. below the roots I'm going to create the nodes. So under this, okay, so okay, first we'll make it as a engineering and design. Okay, you need to add the EPS ID and EPS name. Okay, so you have created the first, then again add. So if you want to, again, if you maintain the level, same level, you can just maintain. So I'm going to maintain it under this enterprise. I'm going to create the END, and next is I'm going to create the construction. Okay, construction. Then I'm going to add another manufacturing unit. Okay, then I'm going to add technology services. Then another item I'm going to add as hotel service. So these are all the hierarchical structure which you have created, EPS. So under the enterprise is maybe your organization. So your organization has these different types of portfolios, different kinds of portfolios. So you can create, for if you have an engineering and design project, so you can create the projects, engineering design projects under this EPS level. So all the construction projects will be created under this EPS level. So manufacturing, if you have a manufacturing unit, so all the manufacturing unit, whatever the projects coming under these manufacturing units, you can create under this EPS level. So this is how you are going to create a EPS. So after you create the EPS, so there are different forms how you can view this EPS. So after you create this one, you can see a display bar here. So in the display, you can see the detail. This is the detailed display. So if you want to make it to chart display, chart view, you can change it to the chart view. So how you can view the chart view, just click the chart view. So now you want to enlarge this one. So if you want to enlarge, you can just use the zoom option here, right click here. So we will find the zoom in, zoom out, and zoom to best fit. This is the best fit, so I'm going to zoom in. So you can just zoom in. So you can just, if you want to scroll this one, you can just scroll and see. So you have whatever you have created. So this is item you have created. So END, construction, manufacturing, technology, and hotel services. So whichever you have created is available here. So this is a different view. So if you want to customize this box, so how you can customize the chart. So again, you can just right click here. So if you want to customize the box, or if you want to customize the font, you can font. First we will go with the customize with the chart box template. So you can see here chart box template OBS. So this is the default one. So if you want to customize this, if you want to add anything, any data in this box, you can just use the customize option here. So go to the customize option. So you can see here WBS code, whichever the code you have added in the WS or EPS code. Then if you want to customize this one, you can just customize this option. So you want to make it, if you want to add any other codes, so responsible manager is available here. So if you want to add the any other items, so if you want to add the, okay, start date, let's say start date of the project. If you want to add or total number of activities, let's say, okay, if you want to add the total number of activities, so it will be shown here. So it is the preview how you are going to obtain after you apply this item. So how it will apply, you can see it in the preview. So if you want to add the okay, so if you want to adjust this one, so you want responsible manager and the total activities to be available in the same row, you can just make it to, you can change the width. So I will just make it to 50 and 50. So you can see here it's already available here. So if you want to, again, if you want to make it to 75 25, you can just make it 75 25. So you can just adjust the width, and if you want to increase the height, so you can just increase the height also. So if you want to change the height, so you can see it's already available here. So like this you can customize the option. So if you want to add any other items, you can just add a button here, and you can just select, so whichever the item you want to, if you have any actual dates or actual cost. So after you create a program, so you will be knowing all these items. So whichever the item, you can just select from the drop down list here, and you can add it as per your requirement in the chart template. So okay, so if you want to apply this one, so you can just click apply. So you can see, since we have not created any project, so activities is 0 here. So responsible manager, you can see, and of this code we can see it here. So this is how you can use the chart template. Again, if you want to change the chart font and colors, you can just click the chart. So font color, so for font color, if you, it's a white color, if you want to change it, you can just change it as per your requirement. Okay, so instead of okay, I'm going to change it to blue. So if you're going to change it to blue, so you can back color also, this is the white color, so I want to change the back color to any of the colors. Okay, let's say gray. And the box color, I want to change, since we have the blue, so I'm going to make it to white. So apply. So you can see there is a change in the font. So click OK. So after you click OK, it's completed. So this is how you are going to customize your chart. So if you want to take a printout of the chart, you can just go to the print preview. So in the print preview, you can just customize, you can just customize it, the page, apply. So if you want to make it to landscape, you can just use it to landscape, click OK. So you can just customize, you can see as per your requirement, you can, as per how you can read the project. So as per your requirement, you can customize this one, and you can just make it as a PDF, or you can directly print to the printer. So again, you can also use the detail view. So in the details, so table or chart view. So if you want to again go to the table view, you can also print the table view also. Go to the print preview, so you can view all the whatever the EPS you have created in the table view. So you can also print it as a customize the page setup, and you can just print as per your requirement. Okay, so this is how you are going to create a EPS. After you create the EPS, in the EPS dialog box here, so where can you view all the EPS, whatever you have created the EPS, where can you view? So you can view all the EPS whichever you created in the projects window. So you can see here whatever the EPS you have created. So the enterprise, so under the enterprise you can see E&D, construction, manufacturing, and technology and service, hotel services is available here. So can close this dialog box. After you close this dialog box, you can see here, go to the projects window. So this is the projects window. In the projects window, you can see under the enterprise, you can see the all the under the enterprise root, you can see the nodes whichever created the E&D. So all the EPS whichever you have created is already available here. So this is how you are going to create the EPS.